They do like this, like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I hear her. No, I don't know. Billy Ocean, baby.
No, that's not Billy Ocean. Billy Ocean is like Caribbean Queen.
No,
It's
I know.
Aaron
I know
Neville.
who. No, that was actually Michael McDonald. Is a little bit of.
Gotcha.
Is it Michael McDonald?
Who knows?
Wait, that's a guy from Mad TV, right?
Yeah, that's one Michael McDonald.
Is it?
There's many Michael McDonald.
Who's the guy's like, girls in the hall?
That's Michael McDonald too.
Is that a Michael McDonald?
Yeah. I think, right?
God, I don't know.
Who's
dude.
the Toy Story guy? That's Randy Newman.
That's Randy Newman. You got a friend of me.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about like, who hit a hobbit? No, he don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I only know one song. The forget. I can't forget. I can't forget.
Oh yeah.
We're not in-
That's
yeah.
the Regulator song.
We're not in love.
Isn't that
Who's
weird
that?
when you listen to like hardcore rap music and then you hear the original and you go, "Oh, this isn't that hardcore."
Sort of. I thought you were gonna say something else.
Uh,
Do you ever hear like a song that's old and you don't, because it's before your time? You're like, no, that's a jingle for so and so. That's not a song. And you're like, oh, this was originally that song.
yes.
So do you remember this old cereal called I'm afraid to even mention it. It's gonna age me. The Raisin Nut Bran.
So what was the song?
So there's it goes, you put the almond in the raisin and you put
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Put the nut in the Raisin Nut Bran, right?
I do remember that.
So that was actually another song that you ever remember that?
Yeah,
Put the
yeah,
lion
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
coconut,
the coconut.
and put them both. It's on the what do you call it, soundtrack. But yeah, I can't remember his name, but he was actually a very prolific songwriter.
Yeah.
And then it was like, to me it was Raisin Nut Bran.
For me, it was for a while. Kraft had this song. It would be like, "Oh, you're crumbelievable." You
didn't know that.
No, I knew.
okay.
I knew. But I'm just saying it becomes ubiquitous with like
Yeah.
the commercial.
Oh, you're
crumbelievable.
Bam.
Yeah, and I'm never singing the original version anymore. It's
What?
crumbelievable
Jeez. Yeah.
from now on.
You're crumbelievable.
Oh,
I kind of like that one better.
you're crumbelievable.
I love the way-
What if it becomes so big that the fans are like, no, do the crumbelievable version, and they're
Yeah.
like married to this new version of it.
Fucking guess so. 2, 3. Oh, you're crumbelievable.
They go, the first 1,000 fans gets free Kraft crumbelievables. It's part of it.
That's funny. Actually, it's so funny we're on the subject because I literally just saw a video yesterday about how Michael Jackson, one of the first things that he did, like one of the ways he built his wealth.
Was it the Pepsi commercial?
No, he bought a huge portion of the Beatles catalog.
I remember there was like some interview where like
Yeah.
Paul McCartney, they were just like two pals talking about publishing. He's like, "Oh yeah, you can make a lot of money if you do publishing." And he's like, "Oh yeah, is that right?"
I think it's better if you do Michael, I'll do Paul.
Sure.
So I think you should get into publishing. I think it's a good idea.
Oh yeah. So how does that work? Publishing, like I do songs, and then I don't.
It's just like songs, but you're buying other people's music.
So even though I didn't do the music, I can own it.
What are you getting at there, Michael?
So does the Beatles?
What are you trying to do, Michael?
Does the Beatles have?
Get them away from me!
Does the Beatles have publishing?
I'm gonna buy you something.
Gonna buy you something.
Man, so he took a lot of their songs and he would like publish them out for like commercials. And that was I think that started the beef between McCartney
Well, yeah.
and Jackson. So like one of the big ones that he had a huge problem with was the song "The Revolution."
Prince?
No,
Oh.
the Beatles song.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called. Yeah. Anyways, it became a Nike commercial.
Interesting.
It's like it's about revolution, not sneakers.
It's a pretty good poll. Oh, you know what's fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Is like I had a gig at the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah.
I was running late. I missed my spot. And
He
then
was-
I find
he was
out
there.
he was there.
Yeah.
I go, Rita tells me, she's like, "Oh, Paul McCartney was in the crowd." And
It's
I'm like,
weird.
mother.
He likes going there. You know, he eats at that Crossroads all the time.
Oh, because it's like a great vegetarian place.
He's a vegan. Yeah.
I went to that Crossroads place with, I was tagging along with Neil Brennan, you know?
Yeah.
And so it was like me, Neil, and Chappelle.
Yeah.
So we're eating dinner.
One
The
of the
thing is, I wasn't talking or anything because I'm third wheel here. Chappelle doesn't know me really. I'm friends with Neil, but it's like
Yeah.
I'm watching two friends. I'm just happy to be there.
Dave Chappelle, right?
Dave Chappelle, yeah. just to clear it up.
Yeah, go
Dave
ahead.
Chappelle.
I just want people to know who he's talking about.
That's true. It could have been many Chappelles out there.
Yeah.
I'm glad that sometimes I forget that the audience doesn't have the shorthand that we have.
Well, there's another Chappelle in comedy.
This is true. You know what's funny? Because when Chappelle Lacey was living in Arizona, like I think I met him, or it came on my radar that his name was Chappelle. Yeah. And my instinct was like, oh, you have to change that immediately.
That's so funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
mean, but it's good that I asked, because I could have been like, so I was with Neil Brennan and then I was with Chappelle, and I could have been like, oh, in comedy? Like Chappelle, in comedy. Black guy? Yeah, black guy. And then I'd be meeting Chappelle Lacey and be like, man, dude, good for you, dude. Yeah. Eating with Brennan at the thing. And, but no.
But it was Lacey the whole time.
It was Lacey, yeah.
But no, good for Chappelle Lacey, who was able to like do pretty well and still have the same name.
Sure.
For me, it would just be such a big shadow.
Right.
That's why I changed my name from Seinfeld to Fahim. Because I didn't want to live in that Seinfeld shadow. You know what I mean? I remember when I used to talk like this. I was like, hey guys. Yeah. And then people, I went to a speech.
What's up with Afghans?
Yeah, I went to a speech coach
to
dial this down. But sometimes when I get drunk, it comes out a little bit. I'm like, where do you guys want to hit up next?
You're the only guy. Yeah, dude.
It slips out. But I've put a lot of work into, refining my voice, making it more palatable to an American audience. Yeah. And I like where my voice is at now. I used to have this joke. It never worked. I'd be like, oh, I'm from Afghanistan. I was born there, and like I came when I was 13. These are all lies. But what's beautiful about stand-up?
You're born in Seattle.
Yeah, but what's beautiful about stand-up? It's like they'll just believe anything you say. Like I normally don't lie this much. All my bits are kind of grounded in reality. Sure. But for this, I like just going like, I was born in Afghanistan, and then I came to the States when I was 13, and I worked really hard to lose my accent. I don't know. Can you guys detect it? And the audience there's so much goodwill. They're like, no, there's a lady like, no, like you sound, I can't detect anything. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I worked really hard to get rid of it. I go, but sometimes, people with Southern accents and like it comes out a little bit when they drink and stuff. I go, I don't have that, but like for me, my accent, it kind of comes out only when I sing CNC Music Factory. And I go, see, I'll give you an example. And I go, everybody dance now, dank. It's like the most long-winded.
This sounds like a joke I would tell.
Yeah.
It really does. This is very similar.
Sometimes I do have those set pieces where like it's just crazy town, absurd city, and a big wind up to get to some bullshit, which is just me saying everybody dance now in an accent.
That's my MO, is a huge wind up to a bunch of bullshit. It's true though.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, sometimes it works. What else is going on?
What else? Oh, so I mean, we have a lot to catch up on. We've had some stuff happen in the last week. It was my birthday yesterday. I mean, come on. Happy birthday. Thanks. Happy birthday. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. A lot of shit to catch you up on.
Do you do birthday weeks, by the way?
No, mine is.
Thank God.
Mine is such an afterthought. Like,
dude.
Oh, I guess we should do a dinner. You know what I mean? I'm like that.
Yeah. Same. I think like, at a certain age, I think it's kind of ridiculous to be like, this is my birthday weekend or whatever it may be. It's like, come on, man, really?
That's actually a great red flag. Like if she is over a certain age.
Or anybody, even if it's like a friend.
I'll give you carte blanche if you are a 25-year-old girl or something.
Or even a guy, fine. You want to do birthday week, go for it. But like when you're...
Guy is like any age, that's like you got to be pretty young to still... want to do that, like a birthday week.
Who knows what's the new speed now? But
that's a good point.
All I'm saying is that like after a certain age, chill out a little bit.
Chill about the birthdays.
About the birthday celebration, like making it so fucking long. It's like, dude, like, come on, man.
Unless here's where it flips though. If you become really rich, like you're a billionaire, you can have like a birthday week, because then it's just opulent flexing. But if you're middle class, you can't do that.
Yeah, maybe.
Like if you're Jeff Bezos, he could have a birthday week, because then it's like Formula One. He's like, Monday is we're doing an outer space theme, and then Tuesday we're doing.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so.
Even if you had all the money, you wouldn't feel like a fucking tool having a fucking birthday week in your late 30s, mid 30s.
Once you're that
40s,
rich, though,
50s.
Once you're that rich,
even if you're rich,
the same rules don't apply once you're that rich. Like I had this theory when it came, that director Mick G?
Yes.
His name is Mick G.
I know.
Yes.
That's how I remember. That's how I recognize you talking about.
But do you think?
Wait, I don't know about your nickname.
Do you think if he was not a successful director, people would humor him and call him McG. Like, if you're generating this much money for people, everyone's like, yeah, he's McG. But if you like, if you're a branch manager at Chase Bank and you're like, guys, call me McG from now on, they'd be like, what the fuck are you?
You better be like employee of the month.
You better. And that's hard to do.
I earned that. Yeah.
It's another thing. Sort of. I used to have this commercial agency.
I also say this.
Yeah.
I think if we're really talking about the joke math in this, or like
sure,
then it really depends on the job. Because even if you're like a fucking CEO, branch manager, like you're killing it for the company, I think everybody would be like, you're a crazy person if you go, and by the way, my name now is McG.
Okay.
You could be a DJ and like living off your parents' money, or like living at your parents' house and call yourself McG out the gate.
Because it's the arts.
Because it's the business.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I could start doing stand up, like somebody could start doing stand up like the next day, be like, today I call myself McG.
Yeah.
And that's their stand-up
new stage name.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of it.
So I think it's really more connected to the job rather than how much money you're making.
I guess. But if he wasn't making any money, I feel like less people would be inclined to call him McG.
True.
But McG, put me in your stuff.
Yeah. I don't even know what the last thing. I mean, I followed him for a while, like,
Well, you unfollowed him. This is we're gonna clickbait. Aristotle unfollows McG. Like, is this ripped from?
No, I mean, I was following.
Like, if that headline would be like, how far down would you have to scroll for that to pop up on Yahoo? Aristotle unfollows McG. You probably scrolled through like.
I wonder if he has an Instagram. I'm saying like I was following his career, not following him.
Old school following.
Old school following. Yeah. I mean, like, he had a very interesting career for a while.
Charlie's Angels. What else was he doing?
I mean, he was about to make the Superman movie for a minute.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the. This is not an intended segment, by the way. This is just me knowing weird film shit. So yeah, this is around the time when they were trying to really just find a helmer for the Superman movie.
Is this Brandon Routh era, or is this?
This is around that time.
Henry.
So prior to that, the hands for the directing spot had changed like pretty consistently. I mean, I think at one point, I think Michael Bay was in the running, or he was, like these directors, they get these options, right? So they have it for like a certain amount of time, and then like if they can't move on it, if they can't like start active production on it, then I guess they have the option to get out of it, and they do. It was, it really, we're talking anywhere from, it was McG was directing at one point, Ratner was directing at one,
Rush Hour, Brett
Ratner was directing at one point. I do believe Michael Bay was directing at one point. J.J. Abrams was probably got the most. I mean, like a lot of times, like the production design and like the production art, you're not privy to until somebody like later their NDA runs out and they can just start releasing the stuff. That's why we saw this huge influx of all the Tim Burton Superman stuff, because the NDA, I guess, or their contract to keep all that stuff under wraps expired, and so like a lot of these effects houses and these art houses, they started releasing their concept art and pieces for that movie, and that's why we saw a lot of that stuff come out at that time. But anyways, J.J. Abrams was pretty far along. Like he had a suit. It was Superman Flyby was the name of the film at the time. Anyways, and prior to Routh, you had I think one of the front runners was what's his name? Super good looking actor. Good Lord.
Yeah, you way to narrow it down.
No, this guy is like ridiculously like.
What, did you just find out how gay I am? I just keep on naming Chris Hemsworth,
No.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Ezra Miller,
and then I
Timothée Chalamet,
and I say no, not him, and you go, you don't think so?
You don't think so? And then we have to cut the cameras because I'm getting a boner. we're going above the. You can't see my boner. It's not in frame, is it?
No, he was in that show White Collar. What's his name?
Oh,
Matthew Bomber.
Okay.
Matthew Bomber was a front runner at one point, and then oddly enough, he actually did a commercial campaign in Japan or a foreign country where he plays Superman in a car rental commercial, and you can see how perfect it is.
You don't need to tell the audience.
Anyways,
the audience knows this.
Yeah.
The audience is familiar with Japanese Superman crossover commercials.
But yeah, anyways, it changed hands, and then Bryan Singer, I guess, was having his little, headbutting session with Fox. With I think a lot of people did at the time.
I mean, yeah.
And then he then he went to go direct Superman because he was supposed to be doing X-Men 3.
Right. You know, one time I was doing the Montreal Comedy Festival, and you're just killing time in the daytime, so just walking around Montreal, and they were filming one of the X-Men's. So it's like we're trying to cross the street, but we have to hold because they're doing some sort of like scene between.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, you weren't there for comedy.
No, I was.
Wait.
This is like years ago.
Was this for JFL?
Yeah, I mean, they just happened to be filming in Montreal.
Whoa.
It's not part of the fest, but they were filming X-Men out there.
What X-Men movie were they filming then?
I think it's the one with like James McAvoy.
Oh yeah. The first class one. And by the way, I don't know how accurate my facts are. I mean, I would argue
if you know,
darn close.
write in the comments.
Yeah, write in the comments below.
Send us an email at fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. Let's get the mailbag going again.
Why not?
It's been dying on the vine because we haven't been doing this, but we're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
So fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. Leave the comments in the YouTubes.
Or send some real mail. Send it to his house. Give him the
What
address.
Yo, this interview, this is over.
Send it to his house. Anyways.
What was I going to say? Something about... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I get a DM like 2 days ago, a verified DM. I go, interesting. A blue check, right?
Uh-huh.
So this guy's like, hey, like I'm a big fan of your stand-up, and like my band is going to be playing at the Wiltern.
This is where you went to?
Yes, last night. So just what a cool message to get out of the blue.
And the band is?
Alt J.
Yeah, Alt J's a big band.
Yeah, I didn't know. The thing is, it's one of those things where it's like, I didn't know who they were, but I knew who they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Alt J, that sounds familiar. So then I go to Spotify, and they have a bajillion streams.
Oh, yeah.
And then I play the first song, and I go,
I've heard this song.
Of course I've heard. Yeah. And I'm
yeah.
like, so cool, you know? So I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Are they based in LA?
No, they're from London.
How the fuck did they hear about you?
That's what's crazy. So that was the first kind of correspondence, and I'm like, oh, that would be so great. Like, I would love to come.
Yeah.
My brother's in town, and so because they played yesterday, the day before, and then tonight's their last night. I go, can we go to, what ended up being last night?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. And then there was an after party too, invited. Just all the stuff was at Will Call. We got to go to the concert. Nice. Yeah, and then you see. It's funny that you were invited too, but like it's funny to have that correspondence with someone. And then the first time seeing them is just like jamming out at the, you know what I mean?
Sure, of course.
I'm like, this is a guy I've been DMing, and he's just like jamming out on the drums, and they're this huge band. And then we go to the after party afterward, and it was in K-Town where we used to live.
Yeah. We used to live. I don't know if anybody knows this. Me and Fahim lived in the same apartment building in Koreatown, right next door to each other. You lived in 407.
Yeah,
I lived
you were 405. Yeah. Well, the way it happened too, because we were friends when I was living in Long Beach. Yeah. So I was working at Boeing. And then you were living in K-Town, right?
I had just moved to K-Town.
Is this right around before I quit Boeing?
So I helped you quit.
You helped me quit Boeing?
Oh, I hope your dad doesn't hear this. Yeah, you don't remember that?
Refresh me.
So you were like in this flux. You didn't know what to do because you had just filmed
Disaster Date?
No, you'd filmed
Chuck. Yes.
And you were doing like you were doing the NBC Diversity Showcase, and I was doing the CBS one, and then that's how I became aware of you, and then we did a show together at the Unknown Theater.
Yes.
That's where we started talking.
Yeah.
And then you were like kind of didn't know what to do. You had just shot Chuck. You were still living in Long Beach, and then I just told you to like perform pretty bad. Remember I told you to perform badly so they'd fire you?
Oh, at work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you could get unemployment.
Oh yeah. So
remember?
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, how do I do that? I remember talking to you. I was like, how do I do that? I'm good at my job. Yeah. And I go, just stop showing up. You're like, can't stop showing up. I was like, just stop showing up. And that's kind of exactly what you did.
Yeah, wow. I didn't know that the seed came from you.
Yeah.
Because whenever I tell the story, I just say it like it manifested in my mind.
No,
I didn't realize that you were like the dark angel on my shoulder.
I was.
Just telling me what to do.
Told you to quit, yeah.
Well, you probably knew the laws. You were like, okay, if you get fired, you get unemployment. But if you quit, you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, and then you kept getting those letters.
So yeah,
from them,
I couldn't be.
And then I kept asking me, he's like, all right, what do I do now? And I was like, just don't respond.
Don't reply.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Because you wanted me to be a bad employee or whatever. I go, I can't do that. I go, I wanted to take a leave of absence because I was shooting this MTV dating show called Disaster Date.
You did take the leave of absence, and you extended it without telling them.
No. They were not cool with me taking any time off to shoot this.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't tell them I was shooting it, but I was like, I need 3 months. I plan on, and they were like, no, you can't do that. And then on my last day there, I go, I will be gone from this day. I plan on returning.
Yeah.
So I made sure my intent was that they thought that I was coming back, even though they told me I couldn't do that. I send that email out. I put my jacket on. I walk out of the building, and then I don't reply to any of their voicemails or incommunicado. And then eventually, finally, I get all these warning letters like, we need to contact you. We need to speak because they want to like.
Damn.
And then finally it says, you've been terminated. And I was like, yeah. But then I found out I didn't even need to do that because I could have collected it from the MTV job. So I didn't need to do it.
So I didn't know everything.
Sure.
I didn't know everything.
At least you could help me sour my relationship with Boeing, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that was kind of the goal, right?
Yeah, it's nice to know that I can never... I'm sure they don't care.
I know they don't care. But I mean, the thing is that I think the hard part for you is because your dad worked at Boeing.
Yeah.
And was he kind of
It's coincidental. It's not like...
But what I'm saying is like...
the Anwars always work at Boeing. We come from a long line of engineers, and now I'm so sad that you're not an engineer.
No, but your brother is a dentist. So all I'm saying is that, like, did your dad get any shit for it?
Oh, your boy's too good for Boeing?
Yeah, something like that.
Just shoving him. Hey, Mom.
I don't know.
No, not at all. Yeah, it was totally fine. So I forgot how we got here from Alt J.
There was a really beautiful... Oh,
yeah, K-Town.
By the way, there's a beautiful icing on that cake, though.
What?
Not too long after that, and I don't know if you remember this, and it inspired me to do the same thing. Not too long after that, I helped you get the apartment. You got the apartment. You moved in next door.
Well, yeah, you helped me look around other apartments, but it ended up just being the one next door to you was the best situation for me. It was like being roommates without the drama of being roommates because we both had our own studio apartments right next door to each other.
Right next to each other. Small studio place.
Yeah.
And then until you moved there, you were doing your thing, blah, blah, blah. You had just finally you got JFL. You remember?
Yeah.
It was that year. And
New Faces was like such a big thing for young comics.
And then you came back, and then you got this email from yourself.
Whoa.
Do you remember this?
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Future me.
Yeah. Wow.
This is not a plug, by the way. I don't even know if Future Me is still around, but when you got that email, you read it to me.
Yeah.
And it brought tears to my eyes.
Really?
Yeah, it was a beautiful letter you wrote to yourself, and I thought, I'm going to do the same. And that was the day I wrote my Future Me letter to myself.
Have you gotten it?
I have, and I think it gives you another opportunity to write another one to yourself. And I don't know if I did or not, but I got it. And then timing's not always the same. Like when I got mine, not everything that I had wanted had happened for me.
Yeah, and
that kind of it also inspired me to try a little harder. But also, I was just like in a different space, with directing and whatnot. And then, but at the time when you had gotten yours, it had said a lot of the things you had already done. It was really cool. It was very beautiful. It was a poignant moment for me too.
Let me look. I wonder if I still have it. I wonder if it was my old email.
This feels like such a setup.
Not at all.
Swear to God, it's not.
What, for the company?
Like I don't know. Just
we're
in
doing
general.
plugs for free. Everyone knows we only plug Yamaha for free.
You should look up mine too.
We do Yamaha, Kawasaki, Broken Glass,
Mitsubishi. Yeah.
So it was called Future Me. I have to find. I may just sort of like search for it. Maybe on the next one, I'll pull it up if I could find it.
You know what you should do is if you find it, post it on your social and be like, after we post this episode, be like, this is the letter Aristotle was talking about. God, I'm so good at marketing, right?
Bro, dude.
Let me just see if I have if it's called, it's called Future Me.
All one word or?
Yeah, Future Me.
What if it's just hateful? It's like hate mail from you in the past. Like, hey, fuckface.
Hey, fuckface. Are you still a lazy piece of shit?
Chicks still not want to fuck you because you got done. Hey, what?
Well, anyways, look for it later. You have it. I guarantee.
Future Me.
Even if you do find it, don't read it out loud. Put it on your social after you post this episode.
Yeah, I wonder where that is. I wonder if that was like my old Yahoo account that I don't even use anymore.
Maybe.
Decrepit
Yahoo.
Yeah. So it was in K-Town because it was like the Wiltern. That's where the concert was. Yeah, we love Yahoo.
We love Yahoo.
Yahoo is my splash page for some reason. just it feels like home because I've had it since the internet was invented pretty much. Like I'm just used to opening my laptop or computer and just Yahoo being there, even though it's like garbage. It feels like home. I feel like
there's still like these small startup search engines. They're like, we will surpass them.
Yeah. Ask Jeeves is my startup. Lycos, I have that.
Oh, Lycos, gosh.
Hotbot. Remember Hotbot?
No, I don't.
I just want to do like little memory worms that people totally forgot about. Like I'm trying to think. Dogpile. That was Google before Google.
Oh, I remember Dogpile. Yeah.
All right. So, but every day on Yahoo, the top 5 headlines are about like women still slaying, just older celebrities who are still slaying, like J-Lo in this bikini, or Elizabeth Hurley slaying in this. They're always slaying.
I know. Well, I mean, have you seen the photos?
I mean, to be fair to them, when I click on them, they are slaying.
They slay.
They do slay.
They slay. All right, get back to your story.
Alt J.
Sorry, Alt J.
So I go to the concert. Very cool. It's VIP. We're behind the mixers or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. So show finishes, then we hang out. So I'm at the bar because we get there a little early, just hanging out. It's part of this like the Line Hotel. They have some sort of like club, whatever. And this guy taps me on the shoulder, and then it's him. I'm like, oh hey, what's up? It's him and his wife, and then we're just talking, and I'm like, oh, thanks for the tickets and inviting me. He's like, oh yeah, like I'm a big fan. I go, this is wild to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because I've been at it a long time. I don't have an ego about it. You know, I hope I never do. Like, it's all icing to me. Like, I just love what I do.
You have no ego. I don't know.
No, I have some ego. But I think it's less than.
Yeah.
I think it's less than.
It's less.
The stereotype.
It's less than.
This you barely filled the room with it. So, but he's like that too. So he's like, oh yeah. Oh, thanks that you believe that and all that. And I was just curious. I'm like, how do you even? I don't feel like I'm that big or anything. How do you even discover my stuff?
Yeah.
He goes, I saw an old Your Mom's House episode.
Your Mom's House?
I did that like 6 years ago. The Tom Segura, Christina Pazitsky.
Oh shit.
Their podcast.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that's what's weird about the YouTube algorithm is that you may have done a thing 6 years ago, and then based on people's viewing habits, it'll kick back up into their home. So this random ass thing that I wouldn't think anybody would discover me from or be an entry point.
I mean, it's a pretty big podcast. There's a lot of followers.
True. So, and it's gotten bigger and bigger each year. So
I'd be more surprised if he was like, I saw Afghan Wedding.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That would have been nuts.
If he was Afghan, I'd be like, yes, of course.
But oddly enough, your Afghan Wedding video probably has gotten more views than Your Mama's House.
Oh, that episode for sure. Yeah, probably.
How many million views is it?
No, it's like one or something.
Oh, really?
That's like an old school YouTube 1 mil.
Yeah, I know.
It's so easy to get now. But he goes that he saw me there.
Oh, it is? I don't know that. Sorry.
He saw me there, and then he saw the special hat trick, and then the lead singer also. He turned the lead singer on to me too, so I got to meet him as well.
That's awesome.
I don't know if the keyboardist likes me, so he's on my shit list until I find out whether he likes me or not.
Were there any other comedians that were there? You'd be like, oh, he found you too?
What? Another comic there?
Yeah.
No. It's just me, baby.
That's
but
cool,
I think
man.
He's aware of Santino. Like he invited him out, and then he wanted to invite Burr out. I'm like, oh yeah, you should totally. Like Burr's a drummer. He would love to.
Oh
come
yeah,
out.
for sure.
But it was cool. We got to hang out. But just a random ass thing. It was my birthday. It was like stars aligning. It was perfect.
You should go back and see be like, I just want to see what other comics you invited.
Like I'm just jealous.
Like a jealous, you like this guy?
And he start pulling his hair like, you fucking bitch. He's my drummer friend. And then I did Irvine this past weekend. What's wild is we were waiting. The Wiltern was letting out after the show, and we're just figuring out what to do to kill time before going to the thing. And there was like 2 people who recognized me.
Oh, that's awesome.
From like their fans, and then they came to the Irvine show.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that was kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Yeah.
I mean, that happens to me quite a bit.
Well, I'm sure, dude.
I don't know, dude.
Don't you? I mean, when you're doing SNL, like you do that sketch, and the next day, people.
Oh yeah, I mean in New York, yeah.
Yeah.
In New York, people do recognize you. Yeah, but I mean, I think where was I? Oh, I was at the United Lounge. We were flying out.
Whoa.
Yeah, it does happen there quite a bit. But look, the only reason I have that thing is because I have a credit card that gives me like free tickets to the fucking United Lounge.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Yeah, hey, I'm not shaming you, bro.
No, I just don't want to be shamed in front of all of these people.
I have the Spirit Airlines Lounge.
You do?
It's just the corner of a Hudson News. and there's like a half open bag of roasted peanuts that we all have to fight over.
Yeah.
We have to blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Flies. We have to like bludgeon each other.
Dude, the Spirit Airlines lounge is hilarious, dude.
It's just a giant room, and there's just a canister of like half-eaten cashews.
Yeah.
And then 20 people enter.
Yeah.
And you have to kill each other.
And they still give you a hard time at the front.
Yeah.
They're like, can you get in here really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's super exclusive.
You
just see people killing each other just for
yeah.
cashews on the ground, and they go, I don't know if no, you don't have the right wristband.
Yeah, wristband. But yeah, somebody recognized me there. I always look to me like I don't say I don't value any of them, but I think it's cooler when you get, or it's more neat or whatever you want to call it, when you're in a random place. Like if I'm at a comedy show, or if I'm at a whatever adjacent to whatever I do is kind of thing,
yes.
and somebody recognizes me, I'm like, oh, cool, that's nice,
Right.
But if I'm like at a grocery store, or if I'm at a so-and-so and somebody like at the gym, I got hit up at the gym, I think, oh, that's pretty neat. That's kind of random. Like there's nothing like my profession isn't connected to the establishment that I'm at right now.
Correct.
So that's when I'm like, oh wow, I guess it does reach people. So it is kind of weird.
It's a nice reminder that, because I mean, you live in your body and your skin, and you don't think you're doing much, but it's a nice reminder that there's a little ripple effect on what you do. Yeah. So
do you like it though?
I do.
Yeah.
Not like. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's get a photo.
Yeah.
All right, take it. Not in that regard, but I think my career has been such a slow drip.
Sure.
That that type of thing is very cool and neat, because it has taken so long and all that, and I'm just grateful that someone cares enough, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So sometimes when the fans are like, sorry to bother you, or we'll get I don't have any of that at all.
Yeah.
It's not a bother, or
it's not a bother to me either.
Yeah.
I do it does feel a little it feels I think it's neat when it's, I'm at a place where, it's not adjacent to my profession. So getting recognized in that scenario makes it feel like, oh, this is like a real recognition kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's still a muscle I'm not used to.
Sure.
I'm not fully like, and like every time it happens, the amount of pressure that I have to make them feel so comfortable is super high.
Yeah. Well, that's an art unto itself as well, because you forget. It doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes people like you a lot. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like maybe they don't get to act the way that they would with their friend or something, because it's such a high pressure. Like, oh, I don't want to seem weird or whatever. Like the social anxiety attached to it.
Yeah.
But I've gotten pretty good at like eliminating whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like kind of like judoing that to make it pleasant for everyone involved. Like, because it shouldn't be weird and like. Not on them or anything, but like to be as accommodating as possible, so that it's a good experience for them.
Joel McHale is brilliant at it.
Really?
Yeah, he's like one of the. I remember like because when I went on the road with him, he would have random people just come up to him all the time. Like even when we would go hang out after the thing, like complete set. Like we went to Topgolf once, which was not even connected to. That's not adjacent to your whatever. And people were like approaching him, and he would have like these short little conversations with like random strangers. He's just like such a sweet guy, which is not what because he doesn't play that in any of the stuff that he's in.
Sure.
He's not like that. And as a character, but as a person, he's like having like this fucking, especially like sometimes after the show, I'm just like, come on, Joel, I want to go home. But
you're the
like,
asshole. You go, all right, that's enough. That's enough. Joel has to leave.
Dude, he's talking to each person for like 30 minutes to an hour. No joke.
Everyone's like, his opener's kind of an asshole. You put the sunglasses on. Okay, Joel's done.
Yeah, Joel's done.
Joel, let's go.
But no, like I try to like make it feel like very comfortable, because like I've been the guy who's talked to somebody that I really admired, and it didn't go so well. Mm-hmm. And I always thought to myself, I would never. And I remember the first time somebody approached you when we were at the Century City Mall.
That, yeah.
And I thought to myself, that's so cool, man. And you were so nice to the guy. The guy was like so grateful that you let him take a photo with you.
Sure.
But yeah, I just
that'd be hilarious if I had a huge ego after one guest star on Chuck. That's like my first acting thing ever.
Yeah.
And I just have sunglasses and I'm at Century City Mall. And he goes, were you in Chuck? And I just spit in his face and go, the name's Manouche. My new name's Manouche.
Well, the guy,
bitch.
the way he approached you too, he goes, do you remember that?
No.
He's like, wait, were you on Chuck? And you go, yeah. He goes, oh my God, dude, I love that show. He was like a super fan
of Chuck. Here's what I'm learning. That what?
Yeah. No, and of your performance.
Well, I guess so.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was working at Boeing.
Yeah.
Right. I get that part. I'm still working at Boeing. I take a week off. I say I have a family emergency and I have to go to Seattle, even though I'm filming in Burbank for a week. So, yeah, it's crazy, like, because that show was so beloved.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of shit since, but, like, that keeps coming up. Like, even on TikTok, I think a real young audience watches. People will be like, still in the comments on TikTok of my videos, they'll be like, wait, were you Manouche from Chuck? So many, like, Gen Zers love Chuck or are still, like, I'm like, how do they even know? I was in one episode, you know what I mean? And it was, like, so long ago.
But you have to understand, like, the landscape of TV was quite different then. You know what I mean? Like, people actually did tune in to watch a show.
I feel like it was before their time, though, these kids. Maybe they're just watching it recently.
Not really. Chuck was a very family-friendly NBC show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. People watch that show.
I wonder if they caught it when it was airing or if they watched it when it was on Netflix, how it's all just there now.
I don't know. I don't know. How many seasons of that show were there?
I don't know. I think around season 5, they had to team up with Subway because they couldn't to help finance the show. So you see all this product placement of like Chuck eating Subway sandwiches and shit.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think the show is pretty popular.
No, it was. But it's just surprising to me.
I'm gonna let Fahim bury himself.
No, I want to be cast in the Chuck reboot. I kept on saying Manouche needs a spin. That's my thing. Just guest star in one episode and be like, guys, I think we need a spin-off.
Please.
I mean, I know it hasn't come out yet, but I feel like America is gonna have Manouche fever.
Yeah, so it's a nice thing, I guess, to get recognized here and there. I mean, it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
But it's nice when it does. I also, like, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be like a lot, and then, but it's. I just feel grateful in general.
I'm the same way.
It's like we don't do anything that's like we're not
saving lives.
We're not saving lives or like getting people out of like jail or anything like that, or like we literally tell jokes and we act like goofballs and we're lucky to get paid for it. So I'm grateful regardless. So it doesn't matter, But yeah, it's I don't even know. Now I sound like a moron. Let's move on.
Not at all. So I mean, I want to hear about South by. You're at South by Southwest for your film.
Yeah.
How long were you there? You said you were there for.
Well, I was there for like a week, and then my wife's brother, my brother-in-law, it was his birthday. He lives in San Antonio, so we like went over there. We were there for another 3 days. So I was in Texas for like 10 days.
Do you miss it? Because you're from there.
Yeah. Oh, I left there when I was pretty young. I was like a teenager when I left. So a lot of that area is like not the same. I don't recognize it anymore. I tried to go down memory lane a few times there, and I just don't recognize it. I feel swindled. And so
swindled.
Can I say that?
You can't do it. No, you can say swindled.
I can say swindled. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of it was a fun trip. It was a little stressful.
What was the fest like though? I mean, I've never been to South by Southwest. I've heard about it year after year.
Yeah.
It seems really cool. What's it actually like? Because it's music, it's comedy, it's tech, it's film.
Yeah, it's tech, it's film. It's like
you got to do both. You were there for the movie, and then you got to do stand up, right?
I did one spot, yeah.
At Creek in the Cave.
Creek in the Cave. It was.
How'd you like it? Great venue.
It was incredible. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved that. That was a really, 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 really great.
Did you check out Rogan's Club or not yet?
No, I didn't really know that it was. It was
right around the same time. It must have been opening when you were out there.
Yeah, I had read it, and I didn't know what it was called. Wait, you're the one that texted me, asked me.
Yeah.
Then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it's the Mothership.
I want to go so bad. I see all the pictures and clips, and I have FOMO. I want to see it. I think I'll go late April.
I don't know anybody in that. I mean, you know Rogan better than I do. I mean, I don't really know Rogan at all. I don't even know if Rogan knows.
He probably knows you.
He doesn't know. I don't think so. I think he knows my name because my name's been mentioned a few times, on the show. I don't know if he knows that I'm that guy. I don't know if he knows. But yeah, I mean, he seems like whatever. I mean, if he wants to say hi to me,
that's so funny. You're like, look, if he wants to say hi to me,
what am I gonna say?
If he wants to ask me for lunch,
what am I gonna do? Like,
I'm not gonna say no.
Be like one of the million people. Like, be like, hey, how you doing?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like the guy.
Yeah, you're too far along to.
Yeah.
But like if we're in the same, if I'm there and you're there, we,
Yeah,
say
why
hi.
not? Why not? But yeah, I don't know a lot of those people. It's one of the reasons I didn't want to just kind of
The barge in. But they would love you. Adam Egget knows you. All the comics
Adam.
love you.
I don't even know if Adam likes me.
Adam, what do you mean? Dude, you're doing the thing. I do that too. You know what I mean?
Where you question whether somebody likes you or not?
People who obviously already like you.
I don't know.
Because like Burr has said really nice things about me before, but then we never talk long. Like it's just little conversations. It's never long enough for me to like fully believe that he likes me this much.
Me and Burr have long.
Are you really?
I mean, not terribly long, but it's like I still don't know if like because I run into him once in a while out in the blue, and I'm like, hey, what's up, Bill? He's like, hey man, how you doing? How are you?
Yeah, that's a pretty good Burr.
Is it?
Yeah.
How does it go? How does it?
That's a good Burr impression.
Hey.
Something like
Yeah. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing groceries. So I gotta work on it. I don't know.
Santino's Burr is great too.
But yeah, so but also I directed a few things for him.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
For ATC.
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
I mean, Bertolina has employed me quite a few times at ATC. But yeah, I did Ian's special. I did that Zillow thing, which I don't think you saw.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
So how was the actual fest though?
Fest was cool.
So did you screen the movie there?
Yeah, screen the
movie. What
movie.
was it like? Because did you got to see it in its entirety?
I've never seen it before in my life.
But you got to see it.
I got to see it for the first time, and I was blown away. I thought it was pretty cool that because you do a thing, it's like such a small thing, and you're like you don't know. Also, just by nature of the situation, because it was so effects heavy. And so like some of the
because it's all green screen behind you. It's
not all. It's mostly it was some green screen, but it was mostly like these LED
panels, giant screens.
Yeah, the giant screens, and they would project a thing, and then there was like a what's it called, Real Engine or something like that.
Okay, yeah, like the video game thing or whatever.
Yeah, and like the camera would move and the background would move to. It was.
They do that for The Mandalorian. They call it The Void.
Yeah,
like I would watch
BTS
stuff for The Mandalorian.
It was
really cool.
It was the same technology as that thing, as a Mandalorian, and just to see it kind of like, it was quite a bit. You know, it was. I was blown away at the spectacle of it. It was like such a huge film, in regards to like the scope or like the way what it looked. It like it's in outer space and.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. I got to see myself make out with a woman that wasn't my wife.
Sure. Did she enjoy that? Did she get to go?
She was there, yeah.
Nice. Did you like open her eyes?
I was like yeah,
this?
Look.
You go, don't look away.
Like, I mean, she was making out with that guy on Interview with the Vampire.
Yo, what if that's your passive aggressive thing? You keep on booking parts to make out with other people.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you thought that was cool, and then you book something else.
It'd be great if that was like if I could just do that on a snap of a finger.
Just book things to make out with other people to make your wife jealous.
But no, it was cool. I did that. I did a Creek in a Cave. I did score some
sneakers. Oh yeah,
those are from Austin.
Damn.
And it was really hard for me because like I'll put it in the calendar when the sneaker drops, right? And usually I like to be at home and have my setup and to try to get these.
You're like
online.
Dexter. There's a ritual.
The whole ritual. Everything's walled in plastic, and so
well, that's because you just do hard. That's why, right?
I get it and I go, I copped. Oh fuck.
Yeah, and then you drive it out on a speedboat to unload it. Dude, when do we get to see? Do we see them?
Yeah, I'm going to show you them. Okay. But yeah, it's actually a pretty big release. It's probably the second or third biggest release of this year.
What if I go, oh well, let's take a look, and you pull them out and pull a gun out? Yeah. And I go, I've been playing you this whole time.
And I go, please.
You think I actually want to do a podcast with you?
Cut this
Give
out,
me those.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I bet if you want to see them, I can.
Well, what's the best way to do this? Do we build up to a segment? Right. Ceremoniously?
No,
do we do it now?
I'm gonna always have a cop.
Oh my god, fucking gloves are coming out.
You already have to wear gloves.
This is hysterical.
Well, just
because, is this a crime scene?
No, because this pair is white.
You say I have oils? What are you saying?
Yeah,
are you racist?
Yeah, I am racist. Put them on.
What the are we gonna kill this pair of sneakers?
Already, these sneakers are going for almost double than what I bought them for.
This is a first. I gotta say.
Not for me.
It's commonplace for you to check out sneakers and then you don't think twice when someone hands you latex gloves to put on.
It's not a first for me. I put them on when when I handle sneakers that I'm not wearing. This is going to be like my pairs that I put on ice. I actually have 2. I might actually put both on ice. But this shoe, so this is the reimagined 3. This hasn't come out in quite some time. I think they've only released it in a total outside of the original release. I think a total of 6 times. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 6. But yeah, this is like pretty close to the original specs we're going to get for a while.
What if there's a cut in the glove and some of my oil seeps through, like a broken condom or something?
You'll be fine.
But has that happened where the latex breaks?
Yes.
And you accidentally get prints?
Yes, fresh prints.
What happens then?
What happens? No, I don't get. I've never gotten prints on them. But then again, I haven't inspected all my other pieces to see if my own fingerprints, because I didn't start wearing gloves handling these until.
So what's the best way?
Come on, dude,
to look at these.
This is not a joke. This is serious. But I mean, if you just don't mind,
guys,
just be normal.
Hold on,
it.
this is serious. This isn't a joke.
It smells so good. Anyways, well, what do you want to know about them? This is not a segment. I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like this is very much in my life. What do you want to know about them?
I would like it to be placed onto my hand.
There.
Interesting. What size are these?
Size 11.
Size 11. So, what makes this? I feel like I've seen these before.
Yeah, you have.
They're the what? What number?
This is the white cement 3s.
White cement 3s.
Yes.
Okay. Are they different, or is this a re-release?
This is the original colorway. So
and explain to the people what a colorway is.
It's a color variation.
Explain to the people who aren't wearing latex gloves what a colorway is.
Color combination of the sneaker. So this is one of the original color combinations of the sneaker. What they did with this, which I have a love-hate relationship with, if you look at the midsole and you look at the back tag, right, you see how it's kind of yellowed?
Yes, I do see that.
So it's an intentional
yellowing
to make it look aged. Because originally they were white, but over time they would age into this yellow color.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't love it, but also it's kind of like the last time that this sneaker came out. It was a while ago.
And then who is this on the tongue of the shoe?
That is Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Interesting. And these are called the Birds?
They're called the. What are they called?
I scratched my nose with my latex glove, and I'm very worried about like.
And I appreciate you being that. Just wipe the on your clothes.
Okay.
Look, if it was a different sneaker, I would have been like fine but this one actually this is.
And these retail.
They retail for $225.
Okay.
Now,
could you get more right now?
No, not at all. I mean, yes, you'd have to buy them aftermarket.
Like how much are they aftermarket? Would you say?
I think you're probably going to spend about $400.
Interesting.
$390 to $400.
Does anybody wear these with the tag still on them?
I could check. Some people do.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you?
It's kind of a thing. No.
Why?
Because I think it's tacky. I don't know. Whoa. I don't know if I'd ever wear them.
Well, you have a pair to wear, right?
These I don't know if I'm going to wear the other pair. I might stock both of them.
It's just such an interesting.
I mean, I don't know if it's tacky. It's kind of cool, I guess, to wear. I don't know. For me, like when I do wear them, I just try to wear them like I would when I was younger. Not that I had a bunch when I was younger, but.
So how are you able to get them? They were dropping in Austin.
I can say tacky, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that? So this story is great. This story is great. So.
That's a Renaissance painting right there. Hold on, give it back.
Dude, it's great.
Someone make that into a Renaissance oil painting.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like the Sistine Chapel.
I didn't mean for this segment to be so boring. I'm sorry, but
boring. What are you talking about?
This is not
fucking. Boring. This is enthralling. This is riveting.
So, by the way, let me see how much they're going for. I don't want to misquote myself, but currently on StockX, that's not a plug.
And do I get to keep these gloves?
No, I'm taking those.
You're taking them back?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, okay. So right now they're going. Well, that's less than I thought it would be. So right now, I think out the door you'd end up spending like close to $350.
This is just a good investment.
I guess. I mean, there's a sweet spot. At some point, they're gonna like start degrading. But
sorry, my stamp from the after party is showing on camera. I should have watched it before the podcast, but I guess this gave me VIP access to an after party.
It's a great brag.
From the band Alt J. I guess they're big.
Alt J.
Alt J.
Fuck, man. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
You don't have more shoes? Come on.
No,
what do you think about these, dude?
They're all right.
Fuck you.
Oh, so I couldn't. All right. So here's what happened. So Maura was with me, my wife, and she knows that I kind of like, I'm fanatical about this stuff.
What, really? The guy who makes me put latex gloves on before handling a shoe is fanatical?
I'm a little fanatical about it.
Uh-huh.
And
the listeners, you're really missing out on a great visual component of what has just happened here. Please visit the YouTube link, and, it's a feast for the eyes.
It's such a good...
Can I smell the shoe? Oh, fuck, I took the gloves off. I can't.
Here.
You'll hold it for me?
Yeah, of course. Come in.
All right, hold on.
Doesn't that take you back?
That is good.
It takes you back,
I was
right?
skeptical about...
It's all memories. That's all it is. It's
That's a good point.
It's all it is, because it's like, like categorically this is a terrible smell.
Well, hey, I like the smell of gasoline.
Yeah, well, sure, but this is like,
some people don't.
It's kind of gasoline-y.
A little bit.
Chemically. It's a glue.
All the plastics and...
It just reminds me of just childhood. Anyway, so I really wanted these bad. I couldn't get them on the sneaker app because fucking sometimes that sneaker app sucks. And so I was just like, all right. Usually, like the next day, what they'll do is people who don't pick up their pairs, they will release them for people to, because they have these reservations. You have to like try to get them on time or whatever. And if you're lucky to get a reservation, then you can go pick up the shoe the next day. For the reservations that are not picked up, typically, like Foot Locker or whatever, they'll start releasing them, at a specific time. And so I went to the location, and they were like, we do have some pairs. We will release them tomorrow if you want to come back tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And then it happened to be the day of like my Creek in the Cave set.
Yeah.
But anyhow, and they're like, well, at the very, very end of closing, if we still have them, then we could sell them to you. And they closed at like 7. I had to be at Creek in the Cave by 7. So Maura was like, look, I'll go there while you're at the Creek in the Cave and see if they have any blah, blah, blah left. She went there. She's like, all they have is 9.5. And I'm just like, just buy it. Just buy it.
Yeah, give them to me. I could do that.
And she goes, all right. So she bought them. And then I went back the next day to see if maybe they still had some more or whatever, like at the other location, because this Foot Locker and the Foot Action, or not Foot Action, but Champs, they were like right next to each other. They're like, no, sorry, they're all sold out. And I was like, fuck. So I was walking out, and there was these guys that they had pairs that they had gotten. And I remember the guy had said, like, we had size 11, but it's already gone. And I was like, fuck. And so I went to the guy, and I was like, hey, you don't have a size 11 by chance, do you? And he goes, yeah, I do. And I was like, do you want to trade? He's like, I'm looking for 9.5. And I'm like, dude, I have 9.5 right here. And the guy had the nerve to be like, can I get a little bit on top? And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You need this. I need that. What do you mean a little bit on top? It was like, as he was telling me that, I was like, no, it's okay, good. And I just gave it like, just keep your things. You're great, 9.5, 11. See you later, buddy. He goes, man. And then I left. And then I was like, it was such a fucking, just a, I don't know. Meant to be moment. And I even told, I was like, I'm going to get these shoes in size 11. And I did. And that's these guys.
Bro, you manifested
I manifested it. And then I got lucky on a what do you call it? At another location, they had another 11. I was like, so that's why I have 2. But it's just, they were so hard to get, man. And so I might just put them both on ice. I have a pair of these.
I like the terminology. I'm gonna put them on ice.
I mean, in storage. What am I gonna do? Put them in storage. I have a pair of these that I have worn, so I could just wear those.
Sure.
I don't need to wear these. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just the thing that I like.
Yo, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You got the shit you wanted.
Thank you.
You like calculated it. You did it.
I did it.
You got it. Do some Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, that used to be his closer. He would put a latex glove over his nose and then blow it up through his nose, and then it would like pop off.
And he's a millionaire.
He's a millionaire.
He's a millionaire. I have revisited some old Mandel. It's a nostalgic thing.
I like Howie.
Yeah.
I grew up with Bobby's World. That was a great cartoon.
Same here. It was a great cartoon.
Yeah.
Love that cartoon. Yeah, it's just a thing. I collect them. I'm a big sneaker collector. I mean, there's a few big releases that are coming out pretty soon. couple I think that would be right up your alley that you might like.
Hey, thank you. We'll see.
Air Max 1's coming out. The original 86 with the big bubble. I think right up your alley.
That'd be good. It's like sneaker eye for.
I mean, and I don't ever wear them. You never see me wearing my sneakers, do you?
Not really.
A lot of people don't know that I'm a big sneaker collector.
Yeah. You just have like a retinal scan. It's a giant room that you never use.
Kind of, yeah.
Welcome, Aristotle.
Hello, Aristotle.
Here are your shoes.
Not wearing them again? No problem. I'll store them for you.
Nice try, Alice. You know I don't wear them. Pull up. It's like Celery Man.
Yeah.
Pull up the Air Max.
Like what is it?
Celery Man. Have you seen that sketch?
No.
Tim and Eric. It's one of my favorite sketches.
Celery Man.
So it's Paul Rudd.
Uh-huh.
It's this futuristic. There's like an old computer that he's loading up, like an old Mac. It's like boom. It's like welcome, and he's loading up some program, and he can load up. He has coffee. It looks like a regular day job.
Yeah.
And he's just loading up dancers.
Oh, I think I remember.
He's like
Celery
load
Man.
up, yeah, Celery Man.
Load up Celery Man.
Please, everyone, YouTube Celery Man. Paul Rudd Celery Man. And he's like, load up 21235. He goes, hey, my name's Tane. I'm your latest dancer.
Yeah.
And it's Paul Rudd in the computer. And he's doing this dance. He's like, can I get a hat wobble? So he's doing all these commands for the dancing.
Yeah.
And he's just drinking coffee like this is his profession.
Yeah.
It is so absurd, and it like combines all my loves.
Yeah.
Just comedy, dancing,
movie tropes.
Subtle, like being very real and something so absurd.
That's so funny.
I love that shit.
God, that's a memory lane for me.
What, Celery Man?
Yeah, just Tim and Eric.
They gave birth to, it's crazy. Some people just give birth to a certain genre and style of comedy. Like Eric Andre owes a lot to Tim and Eric.
100%.
And like Tom Green, even, with the Man on the Street stuff.
I mean, Tom Green was before that.
I know, but I think, Eric Andre is like some Tim and Eric influence and some Tom Green influence.
No, I get that. Yes. I thought you meant that Tom Green owed Tim and Eric.
No.
Yeah, man. I love
Tom Green too.
Yeah, man.
I can't do that shit though. I can enjoy it,
sure,
but just fucking with people makes my skin crawl like that.
I know.
That's not my.
I know.
I can appreciate it, but if you were like, "Hey, go fuck with these people," I don't like.
There's
that
famous moment.
Sketch.
Yeah. Did we talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah. We did a sketch
for
Goatface years ago. And Fahim was dressed up in like this.
What was it? No, you know what it was? Here's my pet peeve. I mean, we have different opinions on like how this went down.
Yeah.
But my pet peeve is when
was your face painted white?
It was something. We were in like leotards.
Yeah.
So we were going to do some sketch and it didn't work out for some reason. But we were still dressed in this shit and we didn't want to burn being dressed in this stuff. So the plan was like, it was like an ad hoc, like, hey, go into Ralph's or just, so it wasn't a fully like, I'm all about ideas being super crystal and executing ideas.
By the way, in retrospect, I agree with your stance on it. I do.
Sure.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, it felt very much like producer is like, all right, we're in this costume. Let's go do some more stuff.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. We're wearing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And the first thing we were supposed to do didn't pan out. And they go, let's not burn whatever the fuck we're wearing.
Yeah.
Go into this Ralph's and like act crazy.
It was the Grove.
Oh, okay. Was it the Grove?
It was the Grove, yeah.
Okay.
And we drove all the way there. The thing was my problem with it is that you agreed to it.
I get, because it's 3-on-1 and you don't want to let the guys down and stuff, and you think you can.
Yeah.
But then when push comes to shove, I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Because you agreed to it. And by the way, again, in retrospect, I totally get where you're coming from, and I'm glad you stuck to your guns, but you agreed to it. We were in traffic for like 2 hours just to try to get to the Grove, and then we get to the Grove, and then you sat in the car. You're like, I'm not doing this. I'm not getting out of the car.
Yeah, and I'm like in a leotard or whatever.
And so and you're like, look, somebody else could be if we don't have a planned thing, and that somebody could see me out there that I like whatever that I work with, and whatever it could be, like it could be a bad look, and I totally get it, and you're 100% right for doing that.
Sure.
But I turned that into a sketch called Ari Chicken's Out. And that was like based on you not getting out,
wanting to do the
thing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, what a dick for me to try to do that to you.
Whatever. I mean,
it's like, come on, let's go. And you're like, what am I going to do? It's like, just go fuck with people. That's what I told you.
The thing is,
and you go,
so many sketch groups, and especially when you're young and stuff.
Sure.
You're not the only one. Like I had try to do videos with some other, and that's like all they do. And I go, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I need, my mantra for like everything, for art and life and all that, is like, it comes from an interview with Zach Galifianakis. There's this series called Off Camera with, I forget what the guy's name, Sam something.
Yeah.
But they're all in black and white.
Yeah,
they're a great interview series. He'll do it with actors. He'll do it with comedians.
He did with Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, I saw them.
There's a ton of people on there. So I was watching Zach Galifianakis' one. And the quote he has in there that I like live by, and I think it's so true, is the idea it should be in the driver's seat. The idea is in the driver's seat. Like if the idea is good and pure and crystalline, everything's easy. You're just servicing the idea. It's easy. So if the idea is in the driver's seat, when things are hard and you're just trying to make things up, the idea is not pure enough.
Man, shut the fuck
what?
up. Sometimes you just got to go out there and just be like,
not me, man. Like, yeah.
Sometimes.
I just like having, it'll happen with me. I'll just be living life and I get an idea and I go, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I see it in my head. I know how to execute it. And I'm just servicing the idea. But hey, show up at this grocery store.
Just go to the grocery store.
And we'll film some stuff. We'll find it in post.
Just be like,
I can't. Yeah.
I mean, come on. Sometimes it'll work.
Sometimes.
It could have worked.
Maybe. But I don't want to do that.
I mean, you literally could have just walked up to people and just go, hey, because I remember you were wearing like, it's like a half blue, half yellow something. I think you were like a sports fan, super fan or something. I can't remember.
But that shows you how bad the idea is, where you can't even.
But I mean, if you just
can't even recall what we were trying to do.
Even if you just walked up to someone and be like, "Hi, do you know where the bathroom is?"
Honestly,
and then done that. Like you just lifted your leg, and then we could have added it in post. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I need to have more of that philosophy, and I would be further along. You know what I mean?
I actually I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. I think maybe a little bit like not so like, like philosophical,
I'm too particular,
intellectual about your comedy. Sometimes you just got to do fucking some.
You know what it is though? It's like I really, I really like, or I don't like doing things I don't want to do. I'm very much
really. I do.
Some people are though. Some people are.
It doesn't make sense. They like to do things they don't like to do.
Yeah, or some people because they'll think it's like more of a career thing, or like you're saying some people will do things that they don't like to do, like they'll bite the bullet. Yes, they'll bite the bullet.
You don't.
Not as much.
Yeah, you don't bite many bullets.
Because I think about how much fun I'll have doing it, and if it's not a lot of fun, I don't want to do it.
I bite bullets every fucking day.
You just have a bullet. You got your breakfast. Day. It's called bullets.
Yeah.
You put milk. Yeah. Bullets is part of a complete breakfast.
Yeah. Dude, I bite bullets all day, man. I do shit that I don't want to do for the greater good.
Yeah.
All day.
I don't know. I think like you're still doing pretty good. I'm still doing fine.
I recycle. Do you like recycling? It's the most annoying fucking thing.
I heard that it's like not much different than trash. Like it's like we were fed a lie.
I'm washing trash.
What the fuck?
I actually wash the trash before I put it in the thing. And
You're next level, dude.
I do because of my wife. She's
like, you got to wash this banana peel?
Sort of. Like she kind of like if I had a yogurt thing and you know how we do, brown people, we eat a lot of yogurt, and I was about to throw it away, and she goes, "Wash it."
You go, yes.
And I go, "Wash it? There's nothing." It's like there's yogurt in there.
The seagulls will take care of it.
Fine. It's better that than what my mom used to do, which is save every yogurt fucking container
and put like sauces in it,
and sauces and all kinds of shit.
Oil.
And it's just like, did you ever be in that situation where you're like, your fridge is filled with yogurt containers and not all of them have yogurt in them, and you're just trying to find the fucking right one? Like brown parents will put shit in fucking yogurt containers. They don't label them ever.
Right.
At least my mom never did.
My dad, I never was big in yogurt, but my dad would always have these little like yo plate. What? I was never big in yogurt, but dude, why do we have to talk? Why is it so much of what you say sounds like stock tips? Big in yogurt?
Yeah,
guys.
I was never.
I
big
say
in yogurt.
Go hard on yogurt. This is like mad money for yogurt.
I was never big in yogurt, but my father.
The economy is down. Put it all in yogurt. He would get the yo plates, and he would come home from work, and he would just like crush a yogurt, and he would keep on scraping. he would get every like millimeter of yogurt out of the thing.
I do too.
I would just hear him scraping
Dude,
for like
I have
for like
you
10 minutes.
You want to know my method? You want to know my method?
Huh.
You put the spoon in the corner, right? And then rotate.
Sure.
And that'll get it all.
That'll get it all.
That'll get it all. And then slowly start moving the spoon up the wall.
Well, that.
And then you have it
I
all
knew about the
much.
rotate. I didn't know about
the
pulling.
The pulling, you pull up, like I'll watch it sometimes and it's like the clay, like no.
I'm just picturing a guy who's even next level getting the yogurt out. Like you just hear a little bit of water go in there and then like swish it around and then go just to really clear it.
Yeah.
So yogurt tips. That's why people tune in. There you got it.
Yogurt tips. So your dad, was it flavored or just plain?
He would get an assortment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yogurt's great, man.
It's all
yogurt
right.
is. I don't know how you don't like yogurt.
When will you eat yogurt? Is this like a snack thing? Is this part of a meal? What are you doing? Are you throwing shit in the yogurt?
Sometimes no.
Interesting.
Straight up yogurt, man. Yogurt's good.
What's your brand?
I like goat milk yogurt.
That's a thing. For a second, I thought you were going to say, I like Go-Gurt.
By the way, the most phallic and disgusting method, it's just like yogurt.
Slurping it.
Like, that's so gross. Yeah. What is that? And
also,
yogurt is not something you want a straight shot of like that.
But also, who is so on the go that they need to slurp it when they're on a BMX from a backpack?
I know.
Like, you don't... like, yogurt seems like
I can't even get my probiotics because I'm biking so hard. Try Go-Gurt.
Just on a skateboard. I used to not be able to eat yogurt because I didn't have time for a spoon, but now I could slurp it.
Ugh, gross.
What if they have yogurt guns to make it even easier? Just like, bro, open your mouth.
Remember that T-shirt gun I used to have?
Yeah.
The T-shirt cannon.
You know, I have.
Remember I launched that tennis ball into that guy's window?
yeah. Because he was singing, or what was he doing? We were living in K-Town, right?
Yeah.
And he was really noisy. Right?
No. He had the fucking music playing, blaring. Remember, super loud. And like all I had was that T-shirt cannon that I would take to shows to shoot people with T-shirts.
And I put a tennis ball in there, and you shot it into his apartment.
It goes right in there, and I was like, and then we went, and they turned the music off.
It worked. I want to get to a point where I'm playing like theaters and stuff, you know. And sometimes there'll be belligerent people and they need to be bounced. Yeah. I want to have, when someone's being really loud, I want to bring out a T-shirt gun and be like, this is my number one fan. Make it loud for him. Like, ooh, I have a T-shirt for you. And then I want to launch it. And then he gets the T-shirt. And then when he opens it, it says, I've been bounced.
Oh, that's
And then he gets ushered out of the venue. So he's going to be so excited that like, yeah, I want a T-shirt. And then when he unravels it, it's just, that's when you realize like, you've been bounced.
Well, I used to take the T-shirt cannon and I would do like...
What was the joke? And also, weren't the venues too small for that high pressure of a T-shirt cannon?
Yeah, well, that happened like at...
You killed a guy, right?
I killed a guy. He came for a comedy show. I mean, this is like when I was doing like just like spots. It wasn't like my own show. It's like I just thought it'd be funny for somebody to like do a spot and think that they're so popular that they're gonna launch their own T-shirts. I mean, the T-shirts had nothing on them, but that was the joke. Was like, I think I'm gonna launch T-shirts out in the audience, and then I had a friend who would sit in the audience, and I would be like, and then when I'd say, "Who wants a T-shirt?" You remember Andy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, who has? And then you raise your hand and say you want a T-shirt, and I'll bring you up, and then I'll shoot you with the thing, and then you like pretend you got really hurt, and then take the T-shirt, go back to the. And I did that, and he was like, oh, they took the T-shirt, went back to the chair. People were laughing, and I afterwards was like, dude, you played it so well. He goes, no, dude, that hurt.
I'm sure,
dude, it hurt.
That's a high pressure gun.
But I remember shooting a T-shirt into the audience at the Improv, and then it got stuck in the lights.
Oh yeah.
And then afterwards, like I had a conversation with Rita. She goes, look, no more T-shirt cannons.
No more T-shirt cannons.
And I was like, all right. And then they had to like get the T-shirt down because it was like a fire hazard. Thing could have caught fire on the lights.
Oh, jeez. You know what'd be funny is if
I still have it though.
If someone committed suicide via T-shirt gun. Right? It's like goodbye, cruel world. That's what the T-shirt says. Like his suicide note is in the T-shirt.
It's like printed on the T-shirt. like tour dates.
I'm sorry to my wife. I can't. Yeah. I wish I had a better job than this. Shooting T-shirts is not what I envisioned my life to be.
Like suicide tour 2023. I'm sorry too, and then like all like the states. I'm sorry to my cousin, my mom. That's funny. It does hurt, man.
I wanted to do this as a bit. I never ended up doing it. But I went as far as printing the t-shirt. So I would do the show.
Yeah. Just
a regular stand-up show, like a headlining set. And at the end, I would have a t-shirt up there, but people don't know what it is. I'd be like, thank you guys. You've been fantastic. This has been so fun. I want to let you know I will be selling merch. I'll be selling t-shirts after the show. You can pick these up. And on the front of the t-shirt, it says, fuck your mama in the mouth. And then on the back of the t-shirt, it just says jizz. No, it says jizz with like seven Z's. Like it has nothing to do with my act or anything. Just it literally says "fuck your mama" in the mouth,
jizz.
And then on the back, I go. In the back it says jizz. So I'll be selling these in the back. It's they're $20. It's two for $50. Like it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
To me, that's just so absurd that like that's my merch.
Sure.
No one would ever wear this because it's so vulgar. It's priced too high.
That's
like,
funny.
Why is this his merch? It's so layered, you know? So I printed the t-shirt.
Oh, you
but
did?
I never did it on stage.
Why?
I don't know. I never got around to like doing that part of it. Where I'm like, thank you guys. If you enjoyed the show, I'll be selling t-shirts afterward. On the front, it says fuck your mama in the mouth. And on the back, it says jizz. All right, say hello. Even if you're not buying a t-shirt, just say hello.
You know what?
Thank you for coming.
And at the end of the jizz, the exclamation points could look like drips.
Yo, that's next level. That's what I love. I love because part of merch,
teardrop drips.
Part of merch is that the people, they should be able to wear it in everyday situations.
Yeah,
this is one of those things where.
But you know what though? I honestly think that. By the way, isn't it strange how irony has not gone out of fashion? I mean, it became super big in the early 2010s.
Irony
was huge. It was like, this is like it was just, being ironic was like the thing.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of here. Because I feel like if you had a shirt that just said jizz on it, it would sell like hotcakes. I'm not kidding. People be like, oh, I want that shirt. I'm serious.
You think I should bring that back and maybe that'll be my best-selling item? Be like, yo, do you have any fuck your mama in the mouth?
No, just jizz. Just jizz.
Yo, even just jizz is a great. Just jizz.
No, just
straight up jizz.
Straight up jizz. I think people be like, oh, that's kind of cool.
What if it's because I had it in big letters? What if it's kind of understated, where it's like a white tee and it has the pocket, and just in very tiny lettering it says,
you know what would be great? You know what would be great? You know what would be great is if the craftsmanship of the clothes were so good. Like
it's like it's imported from Japan.
Yeah. Like
there's a guy.
Like just like the cuts are very clean. Stitching is like on point, and it just says jizz. I honestly feel that would do so well. Like because the irony of the fact that it's a very well made shirt and
so
yet it's
nonsensical and vulgar.
And it says jizz is the brand. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I'm not being like funny or facetious. I'm being so serious. That would do so well.
Maybe we'll do a limited run. Like if there's anybody in the fashion world who wants to help us print like a limited run of jizz high quality tees.
You think I
don't think you're joking.
But you know that.
But I know our reach. We have a far reach.
No, what I'm saying is like it's a funny idea. But when I say that I'm not joking, I'm saying I'm not joking in the sense that it would do very well.
Yeah, I believe it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I would.
Because it seems kind of counterculture.
Yeah,
like,
it's counterculture.
Does that say jizz? Yes, it does.
Yes, exactly.
They actually make high quality clothing.
Yes, I think jizz would do very well. Like.
Just like that thing. I think jizz would do very well.
It would do very well.
Jizz would do phenomenal.
But I mean, I do think like just a T-shirt that said jizz. But I mean, taking it to the next level of like fine craftsmanship of like clothing or whatever, and this is called jizz, like with maybe 2 or 3 Z's.
Bro, what if like people are witnessing the birth of the next great streetwear brand? Move over Supreme.
Yeah,
jizz is in town.
People get in line.
Use jizz all over you, Supreme. Yo, you're gonna see knockoffs? It's like jazz. Like, is that a jizz or? Oh, that's jazz.
Just think about all the jizz collabs with other couture brands.
Yeah.
Is that the Versace jizz
collab? Yeah. What they call them births because jizz and something else create another thing.
I mean, I would also. It is one of those things that it does sound like such a good idea that I would actually research online to see anybody else has already done it.
You think there's already a jizz line?
I think so. Jizz brand clothing. Do you want to humor me?
How so?
Or humor you? I'm just gonna check it out.
Check if there's jizz. You're like, whoa! I'm getting some crazy results here.
Jizz.
Yeah, let me just type in jizz on Google Images real quick. What the fuck?
There's a place called Jizz.
What? There is?
Yes, there is.
No! Fuck.
This is hilarious.
Damn it.
It's based out of Sydney. It's called Jizz Fashion.
How many Z's though? Because ours would be 7.
Z's.
Well, ours is 7. That's all the way in Australia. We would be doing American. We would have more than two Z's. We'd have
jizz.
7. Yeah, American jizz. It's like American
Well,
apparel.
try Jizz clothing with 1 Z. See if there's anything else.
Let's see. 1 jizz clothing.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
What is that?
Unique jizz clothing by independent design.
Wait, let me see.
Yeah, there's jizz fashion on Instagram. Well, that's not that many people. Look, I still think it's a good idea. Look, ours is jizz with many Z's. That's never been done before.
Unique Jizz clothing by independent designers from around. Oh, no. You know what this is? Oh wait, I don't know what that is. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. You can try it.
Oh yeah, okay.
How about Splooge?
Splooge?
And
that's our sister brand, you know? We make it big with jizz, and they go, what is jizz going to do next? We're releasing our next line called Splooge. It's sort of like Gap and Old Navy. So jizz is the umbrella company, and then Splooge is a subsidiary.
Yeah.
And then what's another one?
Gack.
Yeah. It's a more affordable entry point because jizz is premium. It's very high end. But if you're a younger person and you kind of want the hallmarks of the jizz,
Gack comes in highlighter colors. Gack comes in neon fun colors.
Gack, and then Splooge is for your college students who has a little more money, disposable income. And then once you hit the working professionals, that they come in for jizz, and that's the flagship.
Jizz.
Everything trickles down from jizz to splooging.
It's our Banana Republic, Gap, and Old Navy.
Yes, it's the holy trinity.
Jizz, Splooge, Gack.
And then our employees are called Sperm. Our employees are called Sperm.
This is so dumb.
This is the whole point.
This is so sophomoric.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why did I say sophomoric? I sound like such a dick.
Yeah.
This is so sophomoric.
After we've been laughing about it for 10 minutes.
I do feel like a kid, though. Miguel, take out that I said it's sophomoric. Keep it in there. Or don't take it out. Take it out. Jizz. Splooge, and Gack.
Yo, I think, you know what? I want to cut this together and just show it to someone at Bank of America for a small business loan. Just me and you are sitting across from the table. We go, all right, we work this out on a podcast.
And then we close it. We look at each other. We go, jizz,
splooge, gack.
You get
How
it?
much can we get approved for? Where's the exit? The same way we came in. Okay,
gotcha.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Where's Wells Fargo? Is it this way?
This way. You guys are a credit union, right? That's funny.
All right, we got to wrap up soon.
Do we?
We don't have to, but whatever. Do you have any jabronis?
I did have a jabroni, but I forgot.
You got to remember these jabronis, dude.
Can you say jabroni?
Jabroni. Jabroni's here to stay.
What's a jabroni? I had one, and I totally forgot it.
I mean, mine isn't a specific jabroni. It's a situation. The LA rain is a jabroni for me.
Yeah.
Okay? That's a hard jabroni. I can't take this shit.
No,
it's
but
been
for real.
3 months. It's been 3 months of rain.
Yeah. I mean, we do need it. California.
Fuck you, man. I'll give you that for 2 months. I'll give you the we need it. I'll give you the we need it for 2 months.
Yeah.
3 months, we don't need it. Okay? Because you hear about the sunshine tax because we get fucked so much on the taxes in LA. I want a refund.
By the way,
there's been 3 months of no sunshine.
Are we actually gonna? Is daylight savings time? Is that over now?
I don't know. I just look at my phone and it changes, and I go, "Oh, it happened."
No. But I heard that it's gonna be. This is the last year we're doing it, right?
Really?
I heard. Is that wrong?
No, you might be right.
I hope so.
Take that, daylight savings. We might lose a lot of daylight savings fans.
Listeners.
Well, we're kind of polarizing, and, if we lose them, then so be it.
I had a jabroni, I swear to God, and I totally forgot it. What the fuck was my jabroni?
LA Rain's a pretty good jabroni.
I think so, too. I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of it.
So sick of it.
If you know LA Rain, just tell them to cut it out.
Yeah.
Bring the sun back out.
Just tell them to stop.
Tell them to stop.
The cold weather's, like, my car is, like, not turning over the battery. The cold weather also stuff. I mean, look, I know we live in California. We're spoiled with this good weather and all that stuff. But hey, man, again, like Fahim said, we pay a sunshine tax.
Yeah.
And
we don't see no sunshine.
I ain't seen no sunshine.
Let's get a refund.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. I like your jam face.
It's like something's happening to me physically.
Wait, you do look, hold on. Just hold the jam face for 2 seconds. No joke. Who do you look like?
I'm sure it's a really flattering photo.
Wait. Do it again? What are you doing? No, you do that jam face one more time. You do look like somebody. I'm just trying to figure out who it is.
Jabba the Hutt.
Do it one more time. I know it. I should just take a photo of it.
Just Shazam a face. No, don't take a photo of that.
Okay. All right. I can't remember who my jabroni is. I think I don't remember. I had no today was my jabroni.
Oh,
on the way here. So I went to Home Depot because I had to go return some stuff.
Sure.
And there's like a group of guys that were walking in the parking lot, like down the whatever, and they're kind of like blocking. I didn't really care. I was just driving. The guy behind me honks the horn. They all look at me like I'm the guy, and I'm going, "It's not me. It's not me." And then they turn back around. Guy again. Honks, huh? They all turn around. They're like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "It's not me." And then the guy started like going to the right. And they go, "Come over here." And I'm like, "No, it's not me. It's that guy."
Like they're trying to fight you.
Yes. And then I'm just like, I just got to get out of this thing. And I go back around. And then I think, all right, that guy, hopefully he found a parking spot, whatever. Didn't realize he was behind me again, pulling up. Somebody again is walking, honk, and they're like, "Dude." I'm like, "Dude, it's not me. It's the same guy." He was honking at me, making me look like I'm honking at people in front of me.
Fuck.
So that guy's a jabroni.
That's a good jabroni, dude.
Yeah, he's a jabroni.
Sorry that happened to you.
It could have been a girl. Could have been she-brony. Should I not have said that?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
But I feel like statistically it's probably a male jabroni.
Probably.
So yeah, if you're Home Depot guys, it wasn't him.
Wasn't me.
It was the guy behind.
By the way, you don't have a Home Depot near you. I tried to.
Really?
I tried to, because it just happened. I was like, I'm going to come over here and do it in this
I thought
area.
there was one in like Northridge or something.
Maybe.
All right, I got to find a track for you guys. What's good here? I should have done this before. Okay.
Oh, and by the way,
yeah,
when you told me, like because I looked on your Instagram, when you had some footage of the concert that you went to last night.
Yeah.
And I heard that's because usually it's like, I thought like I know the kind of music you're listening to. I didn't know the story behind this whole thing. So when I heard them, and I was just like, "Oh, Fahim likes these guys." I didn't know. He's like he's broadening his horizons, and I come to find out, no, they just reach out to you.
Well, that's how it is. I mean, I've talked about this before. I have a personal relationship with music. I don't really go to concerts.
Sure.
The only time I go to concerts is if I know the band or it's like a super easy situation. I'm not like a general admission go to a concert guy.
But nobody really does that.
Tons of people do.
Just go to concerts for bands that they've never seen?
No. I'm saying like even bands I like, I don't go and see them.
Sure. Yeah.
Unless I know, like, I just don't like.
I know the bands that I'm going to go see once they come back around. But
Who?
Radiohead for sure, because I've never seen them and I regret never seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see them in concert. I really want to see. I fucked up by not seeing the Stones before. I wanted to see them all intact, and one of them died, I think, a couple years ago, or last year, I think, or something like that. So that's a bummer for me. I wanted to see the Stones while they were still together. Maybe
they'll come around. Yeah, whenever I go to concerts, it's got to be a hookup. I got to know someone in the band. Yeah, I just don't love the brouhaha of like going and all the people, and I like throwing earbuds in. I like listening in my car.
You're such a private person.
Yeah, I am.
You won't go in public and fuck with people.
What do you mean? Yeah, that's a different
thing. You won't go to concerts just to go to a concert. You're tight knit and private, my friend.
Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, but I'll go to a movie, or it's not like I won't do things in public. But I'm just saying, like, my go-to isn't like, let's go to a concert.
When was the last time you went to a movie? I really want you to get to this, but I want to know. When was the last time you went to a movie? in the theater?
Maybe Dune.
Yeah, I saw it in theater too. It's a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it, guys. All right, I got a tasty track for you. All right, this song is called Sunshine, and it's by Ten Snake, Panama, and Sunshine. I guess it took 3 people to make this, but it's worth it, you know? They kind of Voltron into a great track. I kind of forget what it sounds like, but I do remember that I do like it. So the link will be down below. Also, why don't you throw a link down for Alt J?
Yeah.
Throw them some love.
I mean,
yeah, thanks for the ticks.
Go check them out.
Check them out. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, they sold the Will Turnout 3 days in a row. I don't think they need... I think they're doing me way more press than I'm doing them. But still, they're fantastic. Check them out.
Yeah, check them out.
Check this song out. And then write in fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Rate, review, add the stars, drop a comment, hit the subscribe bell.
Yeah.
What other tech stuff am I...
I don't know. Hashtags,
thumbs up.
Hashtags.
Yeah, hashtags.
You know...
Tag a friend.
You should hashtag Air Jordan.
Hashtag Air Jordan.
Reimagine. I'm telling you, if you do that, this video is going to blow up.
It's going to blow up. Yeah.
Because I talked about these sneakers. Dude, I'm telling you. Hashtag Jordan 3 Reimagine. I'll give you the hashtags. Check me out on Instagram too. Check him out on Instagram.
Check me out, all that shit. And then also, like, wear latex gloves when you watch the segment. Just because we don't want your fucking oily fingers just coming through the screen. All right? These are fresh. We're going to put these on ice. That's a term I just learned today.
One day I'm going to handle something that you find very precious, and I'm just going to spit in my hands.
Well, mine will be actual. It'll be like a Mesopotamian, like actual clay pot or something where you need to put that on. It's not going to be shoes made in a factory.
Do you see what I'm saying? Snob. They're going to be a Mesopotamian, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. That's more.
This is a work of art.
Oh, okay.
That is a work of art.
It is.
Yes.
It is, guys. You know, I'm just new to the latex shoe handling game.
Work of art.
It is a work of art.
You know what? Also check out the Tinker Hatfield
movie.
Tinker Hatfield?
What? He's the designer of the shoes. What?
Hold on.
Are they shoes or the movie?
There's a documentary.
Interesting.
See what it's called real quick.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I have seen it. It's really good.
It's really great. Check it out.
Yeah.
The Tinker Hatfield documentary.
Boom. There you have it.
Boom.
Question: the movie that you were in that was at South by. When can people see it? When will it have a release?
I don't know.
Is it festival circuit right now?
Yeah, it's festival circuit now. They're looking for. They're hammering out their whole distribution model and all that stuff. But it's called Molly and Max in the future. It'll be somewhere. Yeah, for sure.
Keep an eye out. We'll let you know once we know where it's at.
I will let you know. Sure.
All right, let me promote some tour dates coming up, guys. You can catch me. I'll be in Phoenix, March 23rd to 25th. If that's the past, sorry for wasting your time. And then I'm doing New York, the Bell House, April 7th. I think I'm going to do Toronto, piggyback off of that. So that'll be April 8th and April 9th. The date will be, it's not on the website yet, or maybe it will by the time this comes up. Vulcan Gas Company in Austin, Texas, April 21st, 22nd. The Den Theater in Chicago, May 12th. Cobb's Comedy Club, May 17th in San Francisco. And then Laughs Comedy Club in Seattle, July 21st to 22nd. Your boy's coming home. Your boy's coming home to Seattle.
And I'm in Washington, D.C. Comedy Loft, April 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I think it's funny if like you do like the whole list and then I go, and I'm at the Comedy Loft for one day.
Well, then it's more exclusive. Like, oh, fuck. Like,
yeah.
I'm a slut when it comes to dates. But Aristotle, you can catch me for one day.
I'm doing that weekend, April 20th through the 22nd at Comedy Loft. It's my first time in D.C. in a long time. I got my first fake ID in Washington, D.C., so it's going to be a little bit of a homecoming for me.
D.C. is a great comedy city. I've heard the Loft is a fantastic venue too. So check it out. And check out my dates if you happen to be in any of these cities. There might be some added. We'll see. Toronto.
And I might have some that are.
He might have some that are added too.
Yeah, I might get some. We both might
add some dates.
Yeah, you never know. So.
All right, check us out sometime.
Yeah.
Via the internet or in real life. See you guys.
Okay.
Peace.
And then we shake on.
Yeah.